Thank you for keeping up, trying to keep up with me at least. This is episode 6. My review is continuing the saga for Kingdom Hearts in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, during your second visit to Traverse Town, of course, you're going to run into Sid, who's going to give you a book, which you then take to Merlin, which opens up Hundred Acre Wood. During this during during this visit, you're gonna have a little run-in with Riku and fight Guard Armor yet again. But before you get a chance to finish Guard Armor off, he transforms into Carry Armor, I think is the name of it, which I have no problem with that. Afterwards, you seal Traverse Town's keyhole, finally. Then, upon leaving Traverse Town this time around, you head off to Agrabah. Speaking of Agrabah, let's go. Have you heard of the Agrabah life theme itself? When we're talking about Agrabah starting off here. Now, unlike the worlds that you've visited before now, you're gonna end up dealing with 4 boss fights in this world. Of course, you have to deal with your 2 forms of the Far, the Pot Centipede, or a Pot Centipede, and the Cave of Wonders. Now, once you arrive in Agrabah, you're going to immediately fight some Heartless. After the fight is over, you actually formally introduce yourself to Aladdin. Elsewhere in Agrabah, Maleficent and Jafar are trying to work together to bring about the exact location of Princess Jasmine, who is in turn needed alongside the other 6 princesses of Heart in order to open the final door to Kingdom Hearts itself. While Sora and the gang rendezvous with Princess Jasmine, their meeting is cut short by Jafar himself, who summons the Pot Centipede, kidnaps Jasmine, and steals the lamp from Aladdin. Now, as far as your boss fight with the Centipede goes, you would think that the way to destroy the Pot Centipede would be its pots, but no, it is not. You will actually destroy the Pot Centipede by attacking either its head or its tail. Only attacking the Pot Centipede in the middle, where all the pots are gathered, will cause the Pot Centipede to ultimately look for another pot to add on to its body. Your Aura spell, or Aura, if you manage to upgrade your Arrow spell, yeah, that's the right, will actually help reduce the damage that you take in this boss fight. Now, after the Pot Centipede boss fight, you're gonna chase Jafar out of the city of Agrabah through the desert to the Cave of Wonders. Now, once you get to the Cave of Wonders, Sora and the gang is going to notice that the Cave of Wonders entrance itself is under the control of the Heartless. And your job is to break the hold that the Heartless have on the entrance. Now, once you get inside the Cave of Wonders itself, you will definitely have to watch your steps. Failure to do so will have you plummet to the lower levels, where if you're not patient enough to work your way back up to the top levels, then it would be very, very hard for you to get out of the Cave of Wonders. So shortly after moving about the Cave of Wonders and getting past a few traps, not to mention some Heartless, you finally come upon the lamp and treasure chamber rooms. Now keep in mind, you will end up returning to the Cave of Wonders, because there will be some parts of the Cave of Wonders you will not be able to reach at this point, considering the fact you don't have the necessary abilities to reach all of the spaces in the cave. But you finally make it to the inner sanctum of the lamp chamber, where Genie reveals to Jafar where Agrabah's keyhole is. Of course, Jasmine is there as well. After Sword defeats Jafar for the first time, Jafar uses his last wish, much like he did in the movie, to turn into an all-powerful genie. Then, of course, the ground opens up below Jafar, taking you to another lower inner sanctum of the Cave of Wonders. Now, you would think that during your second boss fight with Jafar, which he will be in genie form by now, you would think to attack Jafar himself. But much like the movie itself, a genie depends on the violency of his lamp. And it just so happens that Iago, Jafar's subordinate, happens to be carrying that lamp around the arena. Now, another thing that you want to keep in mind with this is the fact that the arena itself that you're going to be fighting on constantly changes shape. So you're going to constantly have to move to keep an accurate lock on Iago. There will be some instances where Iago will faint from flying around too much. This is where you want to have Sora wail away on him with his Keyblade. The get bonuses for finally defeating Jafar and restoring peace to Agrabah is that your fire spell is upgraded to Fire, and you receive the first of Anthem's reports. Of course, after you immediately defeat Jafar, Sora and the gang realize that Jasmine is missing, and thus starts off a little mini game where you have to escape the Cave of Wonders by maneuvering the magic carpet out. There is, if I may be wrong, don't hold me to it, but I think you can actually attack the little columns that you have to avoid while escaping from the Cave of Wonders. before you leave Agrabah, you gain the genie as a powerful ally, which comes to your aid whenever you call him. Now, shortly after your not so formal introduction to Pinocchio, which you actually reintroduce yourself to Pinocchio, you find out you didn't meet if you didn't meet Pinocchio in Traverse Town, you will definitely get to meet him here in Monstro. You will also meet Pinocchio's father, Geppetto, and of course you already knew that Jiminy Cricket was Pinocchio's conscience from the Pinocchio movie you saw, or I assume you saw. Now with Monstro, it can become quite challenging to navigate through Monstro. This is also the world where Sora first detects that Riku has sided with the Heartless. And of course, Riku tries to talk Sora into teaming up with him to find Kairi. But Sora gets that feeling where he sided with the wrong side, and basically things start to unravel between Sora and Riku. Now, you will face the Parasite Cage twice while in Monstro. After your second boss fight with the Parasite Cage, you're probably thinking that you'll be able to just fly your gummy ship out of there. You're actually gonna be spat out by Monstro. But in order for you to be spat out by Monstro, you're gonna have to go into the deepest part of Monstro and cause enough commotion to make him sneeze you out, or spit you out, so to speak. Fortunately, there's Silver Heartless who will be happy to oblige you. Now, of all the worlds that you'll be going to in Kingdom Hearts, this will be the only world that you do not ride. However, by defeating Parasite Cage for the second time, you do finish and complete Monstro. Keep in mind, throughout the course of the overall game, you may want to try and visit or go to Monstro again. The success rate of that is kind of iffy, and if a catch-22, you have to pretend like you're flying to another world in order to find him. Well, I hope you're ready to swim, and I hope you're ready to be filled with fright. Atlantica and Halloween Town is next on the agenda. That's the end of the sea.